Today, I want to talk about something that's not just economic, but deeply personal for all Indians. We are living in a time where the world is watching India with curiosity, sometimes skepticism, and increasingly admiration. The question is, why is India growing faster than other economies right now? Is it luck, timing, policy, demographics? The answer is all of the above, strategically aligned. Let's dive deeper. 1. Demographic advantage. The youth power India's population is now the largest in the world, but what matters more is who makes up this population. Over 65% of Indians are under the age of 35. We're adding nearly 1 million people to the workforce every month. Unlike countries like Japan, Germany, or even China, which are aging rapidly, India is young and working. This means more productivity, more consumption, and more innovation for decades to come. 2. The digital transformation, one of the most silent revolutions in India, is digital infrastructure. UPI has made India the most advanced digital payments economy in the world. Aadhaar Jan Dhan Yojana and Cowen showed how technology can reach the last mile. Platforms like ONDC, Open Network for Digital Commerce, are challenging global giants like Amazon and Walmart. This is not just digital adoption, it's digital empowerment at scale. No other developing economy has done it like this. 3. Infrastructure boom. Walk around any metro city or tier 2 town today, and what do you see? Cranes, concrete, construction. India is spending trillions on infrastructure: highways, railways, airports, smart cities. The Gati Shakti mission is synchronizing logistics. India's freight corridors and bullet trains are becoming a reality. Infrastructure creates jobs today and productivity tomorrow. For Business Reforms and Global Trust Post, 2014, India made a conscious decision: reform or be left behind. GST simplified tax collection. IBC made business recovery structured. PLI schemes incentivize manufacturing in India, from electronics to semiconductors. As China faced backlash, India quietly became the alternative. Apple, Tesla, Samsung, they're here not just to sell, but to make in India. 5. Strong domestic market. What sets India apart is not just exports, it's internal demand. Over 400 million Indians are middle class and growing. Indians are buying more: homes, cars, smartphones, insurance, healthcare. This makes India resilient to global shocks like recessions in Europe or trade wars. Unlike export dependent economies, India has the consumer power within. 6. Geopolitical advantage. The world is realigning. And India is no longer non aligned, it's strategically multi aligned. India has relations with the West, Quad, G7 invites, but also with Russia, Gulf nations, and BRICS. In a polarized world, India is a trusted partner that doesn't pick sides blindly, but picks its interests smartly. This allows us to keep energy flowing, defense partnerships intact, and global trust growing. 7. Resilient policy plus strong institutions. India's economic managers, from the Reserve Bank to Niti Aayog, have shown maturity. Inflation is under control. Forex reserves are strong. Banking reforms have cleaned up NPAs. All this gives investors, domestic and global, confidence in the Indian growth story. 8. The startup and innovation ecosystem today. India is the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. Over 110 unicorns, thousands of ventures in fintech, edtech, agritech. Government-backed funds and sandboxes are enabling real risk-taking. Indian founders are solving for Bharat, not just elite India. From AI to clean tech, India is leapfrogging traditional models. This isn't a fluke. India's growth is not an accident. It's a consequence of vision plus execution plus resilience. In a time when the world is slowing down, India is gearing up. We are not just the fastest growing major economy. We are on our way to becoming the most consequential democracy driven economy in the 21st century. And most importantly, India doing in its way, grounded in values, powered by youth, and driven by innovation. And today, India stands as one of the strongest soft powers in the world. Why? Because India doesn't conquer minds with coercion. It wins them with culture, values, knowledge, and example. India is not just a country, it's a civilization that dates back over 5,000 years. Ancient texts like the Vedas and the Upanishads shaped global philosophy. India gave the world zero, yoga, Ayurveda, and Buddhism. Even before globalization, Indian ideas had already traveled to East Asia, Central Asia, and beyond. Our soft power began long before the term existed. Indian music, dance, cinema, cuisine, and festivals are celebrated across the world. Bollywood has a massive fan base not just in South Asia, but in Africa, the Middle East, Europe, and Latin America. Yoga is practiced by over 300 million people globally. International Yoga Day is now recognized by the UN. Indian food from butter chicken to dosas is now global cuisine. India has one of the largest and most successful diasporas in the world, over 32 million people across 200 plus countries. They are CEOs Sundar Pichai, Satya Nadella, policymakers, doctors, academics, and entrepreneurs. They often maintain deep connections with Indian traditions while integrating abroad. Through them, Indian values like education, family, diversity, and peace are shared globally. English is a key soft power tool, and India is uniquely placed as a bridge between East and West. Indian universities attract students from Asia and Africa. Indian teachers, authors, scientists, and public intellectuals are recognized globally. India's approach to diplomacy is rooted in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is one family. India is a leader in climate justice, South-South cooperation, and vaccine diplomacy. Remember vaccine matri? During COVID-19, India sent vaccines to over 100 countries, not as a transaction, but as humanitarian duty. That is soft power in its purest form. Unlike countries that exert influence through military bases or debt traps, India's power is consensual, not coercive. We don't impose. We inspire. We don't invade. We invite. We don't dominate. We dialogue. That is why India is respected. India may not have the loudest voice in every room, but when India speaks, it speaks not just as a country, but as a civilization with something timeless to offer.